Let's welcome one of the most in-demand corporate performers going today, Mr. John Charles. Hey, John. How's it going?
It's going well.
Ooh, it's the golf course applause. Everybody respectfully applauding for. Hey, what is a corporate performer? What does that mean?
Well, basically, you play for the Coca-Colas and the Kenworth and the big corporations that, I wind up doing a lot of after-dinner events, and I'm their featured entertainer for the night, and a lot of time we'll do
And, that's kind of cool, John, because that's something that people don't even know, some people that world exists, but there are some incredible entertainers out there.
It's a very, very big market and includes everybody from guys like me to guys like Elton John. They all do corporate events.
Brag on yourself, if you will, because if you won't,
I'm a very good-looking guy.
No, not you, Bill. They hear you brag every week. What makes you? I mean, you're in the running for Entertainer of the Year. What makes you the guy that everybody wants to listen to?
You know what I am? I'm the guy that comes to your party and brings his guitar and sits down and starts playing it, and everybody immediately moves away. And then about 5 minutes later, they go, wait a minute, he plays pretty good. And then they say, hey, do you know this? Do you know this song? And then all of a sudden, a couple people are gathering in, and before you know it, everybody's hanging around playing and singing and having a great time and requesting songs. It's just a big party, and that's what I've prided myself on is never committing to a roadmap during my show, but just having fun with the audience. I know where I'm going to start, I know where I'm going to finish, and the rest of it's kind of fun.
All right, we've started. I have no idea where we're going to finish, but let's get to the fun kind of stuff. You mentioned the corporate stuff. You write ditties for corporations. You perform on demand. Give us a sample of some of the stuff you've done.
Well, it depends. For instance, I did it. Now, before I do this, the interesting thing about this is you write these, and you sing them once, and you never sing them again. But I've resurrected some of these. This is one that I did for a credit card company, and we'll just do a verse. 16 numbers embossed in bold across a piece of plastic inside your billfold. A magnetic strip, your signature. I don't care what's ailing you, baby. This is the cure. You swipe the reader, you watch it glide, your heart starts pounding, you tingle inside. Transaction complete, you turn on your heels. Turn on your heels and you walk away. You never felt this fine, but you got the card, baby. You got the card right in your hand. You got the world on a string. Yeah, you're a credit card man. Oh, yeah.
Oh, the credit card blues never sounded so good. That's great, John. Thank you for that.
And some of them are the Polyurethane Corporation wanted me to write a song about.
You get all the big gigs, don't you?
Those Monomils and Panamirs, I don't even remember the song now, but you get some strange stuff.
You are the number one soloist on the Disney Cruise Lines, and I know every cruise is different. What are some of the kinds of requests that you get these days? Who do you like to do?
Well, Disney Cruise Lines is basically for families. A lot of families in there, and so you wind up getting the Jonas Brothers and Hannah Montana.
And you're like, who?
No, I do them all.
I can do the Smothers Brothers.
Yes, that's right, yeah. But surprisingly enough, the same kids that are requesting that stuff are requesting the Beatles, because some of that music has lasted for so long and still has a lot of great relevancy to it. It's still right in there. I had one kid, not only did he request a Beatles song, but he wanted to hear Please Mr. Postman, which was the Beatles covered, which was a Marvelette song. So, he was really going way back there and didn't even know it.
Do a little Beatles for us, can you?
Sure, yeah.
Anything you like.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. Anyway, there's a little Beatles.
Wow.
So you work alone, which is terrifying for most musicians because there's nobody to turn around and wait for the drummer to get ready. So no stall tactics, no time to, I think the keyboard player knows that song. Fred, why don't you take it? You fly without a net.
I work on my own, and it's not terrifying at all for me, but it's terrifying to other musicians if I play with them. See, so it works the other way around.
Has it taken you a while, John, to work up to where you are so confident and really enjoying yourself so much that it is not terrifying?
Well, Disney was my vaudeville. So, I worked with the Walt Disney Company for years and years and years. It started out in a trio, then went to a duo, finally whittled it down to where I was making all the money, then I could call the shots, and Disney gave me a wonderful venue to hone my skills, and it took some time, but I realized at some point I was never going to be a great musician, so I better be able to entertain people. So that it was all born out of that. Just a desire to make people feel good and have a great time.
Country music is big these days. Do you do anything country-wise?
Yes, I do.
Which countries?
Give us a taste.
Oh, let's see. A little country music. See. I dug my keys into the side of your pretty little super four-wheel drive. Carved my name into your leather seats. I took a Louisville Slugger to both headlights, slashed a hole in all four tires. Maybe next time he'll think before he shoots.
How cool is that? What is the pinnacle for what you do? Is it cruise ships? Is it more corporate gigs? Is it Vegas? What is the ultimate for you?
The ultimate is to get up in the morning, walk to the mailbox, get a check, and go back to bed.
That's a great
That's
career.
the ultimate. But it's all a balance. It's all finding a balance in what you do, and I'm happy to do the corporate kind of events, and I do more of that. The Disney cruise ship is actually the only cruise ship I do.
John, play us into the break. We'll be back in just a moment
Okay.
with more John Charles.
Whoa, whoa, growing bolder. Whoa, whoa, growing bolder. Whoa, whoa, growing bolder. All the time.
Beautiful.
Welcome back, everybody, to the sounds of the 70s. Yes, I'm your DJ, and I'll be on your radio for the next 15 hours playing you the greatest hits of your life. No, I'm just kidding. It's Bill Schaefer. This is the Growing Bolder radio show. Mark Middleton alongside, and we are continuing with the incredible, yes, the incredible John Charles. Hey, John.
Hello.
John playing a little Fleetwood Mac for us as we come back. John in the running for Solo Artist of the Year. Just a fabulously talented entertainer who can do a little bit of everything. You played some country music for us. You played some rock and roll for us. I know sometimes people ask you to do something from guys that really aren't singers. Herb Alpert comes to mind. Can you do anything by the Tijuana Brass?
Wow, that's a weird request, Mark.
Yeah, it came
That's
way
what he
back
that's what he does, right?
Way back when I was first getting started, somebody yelled Herb Alpert, and I just, out of sheer panic, I did this, and I've been doing it ever since.
Yeah, two hands on the guitar at all times,
That's
folks.
right.
I know that's hard to believe.
And again, we're shooting a video of this, folks. So in another few days, you got to go to growingbolder.com and check it out. You'll like what you see.
I would guess that what you do is it kind of burns people out kind of quick and is almost like a business for younger folk. How has it helped you being more experienced, or as Julie Newmar put it, more evolving than other younger performers?
Well, by the time I was 13, I was a pretty good guitar player. Started when I was 10. By the time I was 13, I was pretty good. And at the age I am now, I'm exactly as good as I was when I was 13. So that's my motivation, to try to get better. So I'm always working at it, I love it. I enjoy it. And whenever it gets me down, I think, gee, it's either this or get a job. So.
And you're on the road a lot, John. Has that hurt you from family life or kept you from doing things that regular 9-to-5ers do?
Well, we kind of made a commitment, my wife and I, who will celebrate. We've just celebrated our 30th wedding anniversary, and we're going to be grandparents this month. So a lot of stuff going on. But we've always made a commitment that if I'm going to be gone for any period of time, my wife comes with me.
Wow.
So that we never create, two spheres of influence.
Man, that's fantastic.
So whenever she can, she comes on the cruise ships with me.
And when you're on the cruise ships, people incessantly throw stuff out at you. Most performers hate that. You actually embrace it. So,
well, like what? Throw.
So if will you allow us? How about some Bob Dylan? Can you do any Dylan?
Some Bob Dylan. I do Bob Dylan better than Bob Dylan does Bob Dylan.
Dang.
There must be some kind of way out of here. Send children to the thief.
There, by license rights, that's all I can do right there.
Traveling around, is the old cruise ship stereotype, is that changing? It's not like the Love Boat anymore, but then again, it's not like the Piccadilly line at the Piccadilly buffet either anymore.
No, it's not. And when Disney announced that they were going to build ships, I entertained at that party, and I thought it was the stupidest idea they'd ever had, because that's what you thought about. You thought about young people or old people on the cruise ship, and that has really changed. I mean, the Disney line does a fantastic job and has really been able to make that whole family thing work out great, and still have places that are for the adults and make it all work out for everybody. And the kids have a blast.
Yeah.
All right, Bill's asking the thoughtful questions. I'm throwing out the ear candy. You mentioned Elton John a while ago. Can you do any Elton?
He doesn't do any of my stuff.
Daniel is traveling tonight on a plane. I can see the red tail lights heading for Spain. Oh, I can see Daniel waving goodbye. But it looks like Daniel must be the clouds in my eyes.
One of the few guitar Elton Johns.
I don't think we have time for American Pie, but can you do a little bit of that for us?
There's always time for pie.
Sure, let's see. I'll do my version of American Pie.
Beautiful.
A long, long time ago, singing "This'll be the day that I die."
You left out all the unimportant stuff in the middle. Wait, when you were growing up, were you the kind of kid your parents would look at you and go, "You've got to find something to do with yourself"?
By the time I was 11, they were happy I had something. Yeah. They embraced it right away and really empowered me to do what I'm still doing.
Well, see, that's great, because I think for a lot of people that's not really a viable. Well, you've got to have a fallback, or saying I want to be a musician is almost like saying I want to be a pro athlete. There's only room for so many to make a living at it.
Right. Well, I think they saw the passion, and unlike the big three, football, basketball, I think that guys can, eke out a niche in this business and do well at a lesser level than being a superstar.
I want to save some time so you can play us out. But we got to tell folks how they can find you, how they can hear you live, how they can find you on the internet. So give us some contact points, if you will.
Go to johncharles.com. And we can let you know.
Other
than that, I'm usually on an airplane flying somewhere.
John Charles. John, thanks so much for coming down. It's great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
It's been fun.